Good evening, good morning, or something to everybody. My name is J.C. Cox. I preach at Pleasantvalley Valley Missionary Baby Mission in Macon County, Tennessee. We coming to you and that, it's a thing up on our heart. And we want you to worship. And you say, well, this come out of the Old Testament. Yes, it did. But I want you to worship to this. If you got your Bible, turn over to Access, the feast free chapter, and the first verse. It says, who have we got report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and a root at the dry ground. He had no form, no comes, and when we shall see him, there is no grief that we shall desire him. He is defied and rejected of men, a man of sorrow, and cranked feet. Grief, let me back up. A cranked grief, and we hear at it of our faith for him. He will divide, and we esteem him not. Surely he hath bore our grief, and cried our sorrow. Yet we esteem him sin, and fact of God and faith. But he will bring for our transgression, he will bruise for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace upon him, and at his sight we are healed. And we at sleep have gone astray, and we have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord hath raised him the iniquity of us all. And I'm going to start reading the 6th verse today. And I want to tell you who this man is. This is Jesus Christ. Amen. This is talking about him before he come. It said, who believe my report? Well, that King Solomon doing that talking there. Let me tell you something tonight. You may not believe my report tonight, but I'm going to try to tell you that this is Jesus, and that because that who it's talking about. And how Jesus came and he bore our burden, he bore our sin, that you can be saved. You may be out tonight, you may not never heard enough at this before. Honey, we are trying to teach you about salvation. We are trying to teach you about a man that loved you so much that he hung on the cross and paid the sin debt that you could be saved. I am telling you about a person today that came to this order, and he came at sin because he the only begotten Son of God. But he took with sin and took my sin upon him that we might be saved. And how you may not believe my report tonight, but I'm going to tell you that God loved you so much that he gave your only begotten Son to come in this order that you could be saved. Amen. I'm going to tell you tonight that he done this for nothing. He didn't come this way to gain no gain. He is the King of the King, and he gave everything up to be a man, to make the sacrifice that means you could be saved. Amen. And I want you to know that today. And you say, well, how can I be saved? Can I live good enough to get to heaven? No, you can't. Can I donate enough money to get to heaven? No, you can't. Can I do this or do that? The only thing you can do today to get to heaven is call upon God, the heart, from the deep of the heart today, and believe that he is the only begotten Son of God, that Jesus. Amen. And by his blood, you can be saved today. It will not cost you a penny. It will not mean that you have to do no kind of work. The only thing you can have to do is believe upon the only begotten Son of God, and that is Jesus Christ. Honey, it ain't by work that you say, but through faith, by the grace of God. Honey, God, or by the grace of God, He'll grant you the faith. If you ought to believe this, if you ought to be saved, He will grant you the faith to believe upon Him. Amen. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what you done. It don't make a bit of difference. We all is son into our God. And we all have to repent and be saved by the grace of God to go to heaven. Now I know that some will tell you, the only thing you got to do is repeat that to me and you'll be okay. I'm telling you today that it be between you and God. You have to find what place. You have to call upon God. You have to ought to be saved more than anything else. And you have to depend upon God for it. I also want to tell you today that you can't value. I know it's so-called preacher today say if you send me a donation, God bless you. Let me tell you something. If you are blessing from God, you humble yourself down before God, and you talk to Him the same way you would talk to a best friend, and you ask Him to help you, ask Him to make a way, and He will show you a way that you can be saved. You may not get saved because you heard me preaching. But I'll tell you one thing. If you were on salvation, if you got empty place and with heart, and I believe that every person that ever been born, sometime or another, they will have an empty place in their heart. They will know there's something missing. And you will be hunting for the peace. And honey, I'm telling you that what salvation is tonight. It's peace at God. It ain't peace at me. You ain't got to ask me to do nothing, but you have to ask God to help you. And you have to call upon God. And I want you to know tonight that this is a gift that God give you. And I want you to say, well, you may say, I ain't never heard enough of this. Honey, you pray that God send somebody, not to me, but that He send somebody else to you. Honey, there's a bunch of opportunity today that you have that you can hear the gospel if you want to. If you listen to me by the organ of the internet, honey, you can go on the internet and you can find old-fashioned missionary baby preacher that is preaching the truth tonight. Honey, let me tell you something. Honey, they are on there, and if you hunt for it, if you pray for it, God will make sure that you heard the truth. And you know, I may not have the right word to say to you tonight, to call you to get unconvicted, to call you to realize so that's what it takes for you to be saved. But if you ought to be honest with yourself, if you ought to be honest with God tonight, and you'll pray about this, I believe God will open a door and make a way for you to hear enough truth that you can be saved. I believe that all my heart. I can take the Bible and back that up, but you probably don't know much about the Bible, but that's okay. You ain't got to know about the Bible, you got to know about Jesus Christ. Honey, let me tell you something, you could study the Bible and know it from one end to the other, but if you ain't been saved by the grace of God, you can't understand. How can you understand something that you don't know nothing about? You can't. That's how come we're trying to tell you that you have to be saved by the grace of God. That you say, I don't know no more than anybody else. I should know what God give me. Honey, I ain't no fault person. I ain't got no bill or case. But I know I've been saved by the grace of God. I know tonight that I got peace at God. Do you know tonight that you got peace at God? If you ain't got that peace at God tonight, you need that. Honey, if you got a person with a heart tonight, if you think everything falling down, and honey, let me tell you, so because you get saved don't mean everything going to be bugged. But I tell you what, we're it mean? That means that you'll be content at the thing that you got, and honey, you'll know one that you can talk to, and you'll have one that you can look to, and you can pray unto him, and he'll take care of the thing that you can't take care of. He's able to do all things. Honey, I pray so many times we tie God's hand. Honey, we say that God can't do this and do that, and we say that some people have been so bad that there ain't no hope for you. That ain't what my Bible teaches. My Bible teaches that Jesus came. He came for whosoever. Honey, that means whosoever. It don't matter for who you are. It don't make no difference what you done. Honey, let me tell you something today. We all have sinned and came short of the glory of God. We all have. Honey, there ain't nothing good about me tonight. Except the part that God cleaned up. And honey, you may not understand that, but when you get peace at God, you understand that. You may think, well, you know, I ain't never heard nothing of this. I have been to a place that they told me if I repeat that to them, I'll be okay. If some man gave you salvation, you ain't got nothing. Honey, salvation comes from God. Let me tell you something tonight. Honey, some man took you down, baptized you, and told you you're okay. If you ain't never make peace with God, honey, let me tell you something. You may in and you may got work, but that's all you got. You got work. Do you got anything in that heart? If you ain't got something you can feel, if you ain't got something you know about, if you ain't got something that God gave you, you ain't got nothing. Honey, I ain't trying to put you down tonight. I'm to tell you the truth. Honey, I want you to understand tonight. My God knows all things. Honey, my God knows what desire tonight. If it would desire to be saved, if it would desire to follow God, if it would desire to fan God tonight, if you're asleep at him, you'll fan. My Bible teaches over Matthew, ask ain't to be given you, seek ain't to fan, knock ain't to be open unto you. Honey, that God talking to you, not talking to me. He already done that for me. He already gave me salvation. Honey, it won't be called the work I done. It won't be called I'm up here trying to tell you about it, but it'll be called that I call upon him. The same thing that you have to do. You have to call upon God for salvation. Honey, you can't depend on nobody, and ain't nobody that got salvation. You know, God didn't make the one part of salvation. And he made that before the foundation of the world. And honey, it'll make perfect. And honey, we can't add to it, take away from it. And we don't need to add to it, take away from it. We need to bring it in. Honey, if you lost tonight, if you ain't got peace with God tonight, you lost. You may not understand that lost. Honey, what that mean? That mean that you are separated from God. That mean that you ain't got no peace in your heart. That mean that there's something missing. Honey, you don't know what that is. I'm trying to tell you that Jesus Christ. That's what missing tonight. Do you want that tonight? You pour your bag. You ask God for it. Honey, maybe I may not have all the order that it takes, but maybe I give you enough that you're starting hunting for it. Let me tell you something. You starting hunting for God. He'll fan you. You won't never fan him if he don't fan you first. But God will fan you today. If you hunt for it. If you ask for it. Honey, you can't pray for me tonight. You can't pray for nobody else. But you can pray on your behalf. You can ask God tonight, will you hurt me? Will you hurt me, fan what that old dumb preacher talking about? Honey, I don't care for you calling me dumb. I don't care for you making fun of me. Honey, I still hope and pray that I can say something and you'll bring my report tonight and you'll call upon God. Honey, not that I get glory for it. I may never know about it on this side. Honey, I probably don't never know about it. You may be sitting in a hotel room somewhere. You may be taking dope. You may be on alcohol. You may be doing all kind of bad things. Honey, God rub you the same as he did me. Amen. Honey, God rub everybody the same. God knows where you're a person. Honey, he rub everybody the same. You know, I thank God tonight. Honey, I could tell you some things I done. but I'll be ashamed to, because I don't want nobody to know about some of it. But let me tell you something. So because I sinned, so because I done all them bad things, that didn't mean that God didn't love me. Hey, God loved everybody. Amen. God loved you. Hey, you know that. I love you. And you say, preacher, you don't know me. No, but I got love in my heart for everybody. Hey, I know tonight. Hey, that's one thing I know tonight. I don't care if you kill somebody. I don't care if you rape somebody. I don't care if you on dope. I don't care if you work for the mob. I don't care what you done. I know tonight that my God is able to save your soul, put peace in your heart, and take care of you. Amen. If you want that. Not if you don't want it. He ain't going to make you call up on him. But he gave you the opportunity tonight. You may be sitting in a hotel or somewhere tonight, and honey, this may pop up there on the TV, on the internet. Honey, that ain't an accident. There ain't no accident at God. He got a purpose for all things. Honey, he gave you the opportunity to hear this. He gave me the opportunity to come down here and say this. And honey, he know who you are. I may not, but he does. Hey, I ain't got no idea who worships him. And hey, it don't all different, because I don't get nothing. Hey, I don't get nothing for you getting saved. Hey, I'll get a blessing if I find out about it. But hey, it ain't about my blessing. It's about you being blessed by being born into God's family. How can you be born in God's family? You know a man called Nicodemus. He got the ruler of the Jew. He got a ruler of the Jew now. He got on up there. Honey, you may be down where road. You may not be almost nothing. You think you ain't nothing. Man, let me tell you something. You are something tonight. You are a man that God created. You are a man that God put a soul in your body. And you are a man that God sent your only begotten Son to die that you could be saved. Honey, you somebody that God loved tonight. You may not have no family that care nothing about you. You may not have no friend. You may think you all alone. And you are. But you can have the best friend in the world tonight. If you'll call up on Jesus. Amen. If you look to him, he'll be there. If you hunt for him, you can find him. If you draw unto him, he'll draw you unto you. Honey, close the mud you want him, closer he get to you. Honey, there'll be a time of price, and it won't come the way that you think going to come. But there'll be a time of price if you were going. And honey, you'll pray and ask God. There'll be a time of price that you and Jesus make contact. Honey, there'll be something happen there that you won't never feel enough of that before. You ain't never feel enough of that. You may feel good, but you won't never feel enough of that. Honey, there'll be a peace inside you. Honey, there'll be a peace knowing that God loves you. You may be some other denomination. Honey, let me tell you, ain't but one denomination. And that's the one that God set up. Amen. Let me tell you, ain't but one plan of salvation. That's the one God set up. Honey, all this other man-made thing. Honey, all this other to get some man honor and glory. Honey, let me tell you something. I didn't come this way and that getting no honor and glory. I come this way and that to hurt you at. I come this way and that because God put love in my heart. And honey, I come this way to see you saved. I want you to have the same thing I got. Honey, I ain't no rich man. Honey, I have trouble every day. Honey, I got a job that I had to go to, and I had to work every day. Honey, let me tell you something. I'm thankful that I'm able to get out of bed every morning. I'm thankful that I'm able to work. Amen. I'm thankful that God loved me enough that he gave me a book to make a river. Honey, you can make a ribbon today, and you may say, preacher, here I am. Hey, I'm sitting in a hotel room, and I'm selling dope, and I may make $100,000 a month. Let me tell you something, that boy ain't going to burn up some of you today. And honey, let me tell you something. If you don't make peace with God, you're going to burn in a devil horror, in a place called horror. It ain't worth for. There ain't nothing good about it. You're going to be there in torment forever and forever. And honey, that dollar bill don't do you a bit of good. All that dope you took, it ain't going to be there to ease the pain. Honey, you're going to suffer then. Honey, let me tell you something. I want to keep you from going that place. I can't keep you from going there, but I know the one that can. That's Jesus Christ. Honey, by the blood of Jesus Christ, you can be saved tonight. You can have that peace tonight. If you want the peace, you can have it. If you don't want a peace, pretend I ain't talking to you. So go on and do the same thing you do that night. Don't never make a move to God. Don't never call upon it, and you don't never find that peace. But I'll tell you what, there'll be a day to come that you wish you had. Honey, let me tell you something. Honey, we talk about horror. Honey, horror, a bad place. Honey, I heard one of the so-called folk, one of the old-time preachers preach something about horror. And honey, it ain't in the Bible. Honey, let me tell you, I don't preach what the Bible said. The Bible said that horror is a work of fire. It is a place of torments. Not one torment, a bunch of them. Honey, it's a place that you'll be there forever and forever. It's a place that'll be gnashing teeth. Honey, it's a place that don't nobody want you there. You may say, well, I got friends that probably die into horror. Honey, you get there, you won't have no friend there. Honey, ain't nobody going to want you to be there. They don't want to have nothing to do with you. Honey, let me tell you something today. Had you had the opportunity, you better call upon God. And you pray and ask God. Honey, let me tell you, I told you about a man called Nicodemus. Honey, he went to Jesus by night. And Jesus told him he had to be born into God's family. Honey, I'm telling you tonight that you have to be born into God's family to be saved. Honey, you have to be saved. And I want you to understand that. Honey, what name had to be in the book of life? How do you name work there? If you abide down and call upon God, and honey, you turn everything over to Him, and you believe that Jesus, the only begotten Son of God, and you believe all with heart and all with mind. If you turn everything over to Him, you can be saved tonight. Honey, what name will be put in the book of life? Let me tell you something, when it put there, it won't never be took there. Honey, I want you to know that. I also want you to know today, because what name is in the book of life, that don't mean everything going to be perfect. That don't mean that everything going to be, but it means that you're going to go to heaven when you die. I'll tell you something else it'll do for you. Honey, you get that peace of God. Honey, maybe the thing that you're doing today, you may not want to do no more. Honey, let me tell you something, the thing that I done before I got saved, I don't want to do no more. Honey, I ought to serve God. I ought to feel that good feeling that Jesus come by and burst you. Now, honey, He will do that. But you got to be saved before He come by and burst you. How can you be saved? You have to call upon God. Honey, I had a man called, I lost his name, Kaniga. Honey, he a man that prayed every day. He a man that sought after God, but he didn't know what to do. Honey, the only thing he know to do is seek after God. He tried to give arm to God. He tried to pray the best he could. And God heard his prayer. God heard what prayer if you pray on your behalf. And God sent a preacher to him by the name of Peter. And Peter preached the gospel to him, and a whole household saved. Honey, you and what whole household can be saved? And you say, well, my family don't never believe nothing that. Honey, you get a good dose of salvation. And honey, you turn around and start serving God, they see that different in you. They see that there's something different about you. And honey, it's up in them. They want the same peace that you got. I believe that every person in this world wants the peace of God. Somebody claim it don't. Somebody claim it don't believe in God. Let me tell you something. At one time, I tried my best not to believe in God. Because if I didn't believe in, I thought I would not have to answer to it. Let me tell you something today. You may not believe in God, but you still going to have to answer to it. You're going to still have to stand before it. And I also want to tell you ain't but one God today. And that's the God that created this world. That's the God that made man. That God that put the real soul in man. And that's the God that's able to save you today. If they tell you about some other person, or maybe some other thing, or some other God, honey, ain't but one God, and honey, I want you to know that tonight. You better be sure you find the right God. Honey, you may be out tonight, and you may be one of these guys that you may go to church every Sunday. You may say on the amen corner. You may amen the preacher. You may donate some money to it. You may think that you're okay. But do you know you're okay in your heart? Honey, do you know you're okay? Or did some man tell you you're okay? Or you so feeling good because you're crying? Or you crying to be somebody? Honey, I ain't crying to be nobody. Because God always made me somebody. And He saved my soul. He put my feet up on the foundation, the rock, is Jesus Christ. He the one that I'm worrying about. He the one that's going to take care of me. Who's going to take care of you? And that big fancy preacher up there that you donate a month some more into, He's going to take care of you and you die. No, He ain't going to have to answer for you. You're going to have to answer for yourself. Honey, you may believe everything that guy tell you. If he don't tell you that you can have peace at God, if he don't tell you that salvation between you and God and nobody else, honey, he lying to you. Honey, let me tell you something now. And I don't care who you are. Honey, salvation between you and God. Amen. Honey, it's between you and Him. You have to repent and go to God to be saved. Honey, you can't come to me. Honey, you could come to me, bring me $100,000 and die and go to her. You can humble yourself and go to Jesus and die and go with Jesus in heaven. Honey, you can be saved tonight. Honey, I'm thankful tonight that salvation did not cost me and you nothing. Amen. Jesus paid for the salvation for me and you. Amen. Jesus the one that come. That's who talked about that. Honey, the man sorrow. How come you think Jesus has so many sorrow? Because He took my sin upon Him. Because He paid the price we couldn't pay for. Now, honey, He done that because He loved us. And by the grace of God, I'm saved tonight. But if you ever get saved, it'll be by grace. There won't be no work in it. There won't be no finance in it. It'll be by the grace of God that you are saved. I hope and pray tonight, if you listen to me, that God will bless you, that you will call upon Him, that you will hunt for Him, that you will keep on hunting for Him. And I believe that if you open more than anything else, I know that God will open a door and make a way for you to hear enough of the gospel that you can be saved. And honey, it won't be because of nothing I done. It'll be because of what God done for you. Amen. God get all the honor and glory. Amen. So many times I pray that so many preachers, they don't say, well, what I done. You know, somebody talk about the big fancy wife ring they got, the helicopter and all this. Honey, I drive a $50 pill. Honey, I'm thankful for that. Honey, I'm thankful tonight that I know. Honey, that pick up will get me from A to B. And honey, that because God take care of it. Amen. Honey, I don't need nothing fancy. Honey, ain't nothing fancy about me. Ain't nothing good about me except my salvation. And God gave it to you. It's a free gift that you can have tonight if you go to the right one, and that is Jesus Christ. If you go to Jesus tonight and ask Him for salvation, you can get that. Honey, I heard people say, I got this and got that. Honey, I may not have much in this order, but I got everything I need. Honey, but if I do need something, this order ain't going to make no difference. Because this order is going to burn up somebody today. Honey, I got something going to take me to the next place. To be at God in heaven. Can you sit down and say that tonight? Be honest with yourself. You may think I'm a fool. That's okay. Honey, you so faint about what this fool telling you tonight. Honey, you need to be saved. And you can be. That'll be my message tonight. And honey, I hope and pray that God touched your heart and that God seen you to somebody and show you the way. May God have mercy tonight.